Today on the Daily Scoop podcast from the Scoop News Group. A pair of new government-wide deals by GSA could come with big savings for the federal government. In one, agencies can now buy ChatGPT for just $1. And in the other, a new deal with AWS brings $1 billion in potential credits for agencies. It's Thursday, August 7th, 2025. Welcome to the Daily Scoop podcast, where you'll hear the latest news and trends facing government leaders. I'm the host of the Daily Scoop podcast, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for joining me. Now let's get into the day's top headlines. The General Services Administration has been on a roll lately, negotiating what it calls OneGov agreements with some of the federal government's biggest IT vendors. On Thursday, GSA announced it has negotiated a government-wide purchasing agreement with Amazon Web Services that could save agencies up to $1 billion through credits for AWS services. The deal is the latest in a flurry of those so-called OneGov agreements that GSA has initiated under the Trump administration to consolidate and centralize IT purchasing at scale and unlock greater consistent savings for civilian agencies rather than agencies negotiating one-off contracts with vendors themselves. As part of the government-wide package, AWS has come to the table offering direct incentive credits that could total up to $1 billion in value for cloud services, modernization support, and training. The deal will run through December 31st, 2028. In addition to streamlining federal IT procurement by working as a single unified federal entity, GSA's OneGov initiative also aims to work directly with technology developers themselves, rather than through intermediaries such as value-added resellers. As such, GSA touts the potential for additional savings by contracting directly with the cloud giant for its services. Josh Grunbaum, commissioner of GSA's Federal Acquisition Service, sees the digital transformation enabled through this deal as a key step toward bringing the Trump administration's AI action plan to life. Grunbaum said in a statement, quote, "Through this unique partnership, the federal government is poised to deliver on President Trump's AI action plan and solidify its position as the global AI leader," unquote. AWS joined some of its biggest cloud competitors in negotiating a OneGov deal with GSA. Hyperscale cloud service providers Microsoft, Google, and Oracle already inked agreements with the agency earlier this year. That deal comes just a day after GSA announced a similar one with OpenAI that will offer its ChatGPT tool to federal agencies for just $1. It marks the artificial intelligence firm's latest effort to expand use of its generative AI chatbot across the federal government. Like the AWS deal, GSA said the agreement with OpenAI supports the White House's AI action plan, which encourages widespread adoption of AI in the federal government. Through the partnership, OpenAI's ChatGPT Enterprise product can be purchased by federal agencies for just $1 per agency for 1 year. GSA called this a, quote, "deeply discounted rate," unquote. Commenting on the deal, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman said in a statement, quote, "One of the best ways to make sure AI works for everyone is to put it in the hands of the people serving the country," unquote. The partnership is part of the OpenAI for Government initiative, which the company launched in June to introduce its tools to the U.S. government. In addition to the ChatGPT Enterprise product, OpenAI said it will also offer educational tools and training through its OpenAI Academy platform. And no surprise here, but expect other AI providers to follow suit. A spokesperson for Anthropic told FedScoop that the company is working closely with the government on a similar deal to offer its Claude model for $1 as well. For more news at the intersection of the federal government and technology, make sure to visit fedscoop.com. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of the Daily Scoop podcast, available on all podcast platforms. If you've already rated the podcast on your platform of choice, thanks so much. High ratings and good reviews of the show help more people to find it. The Daily Scoop podcast is a production of the Scoop News Group in Washington, D.C. Adam Butler and Carlin Fisher help put the show together, and the entire Scoop News Group team contributes. We'll be back tomorrow with more top headlines. Until then, I'm your host, as always, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for listening.